Hello, Internet, and welcome to the premiere of Escape Velocity. We're here playing our new Stars Without Number game, and we're very excited, and we're going to talk all about that very shortly. But first, let's discuss a bit about what's happening here on GGK recently. Because it's been a little bit. We were quiet most of last week because we had people traveling and such and otherwise unavailable, but we're back. We should be pretty much ready to go with most of our new programming now that we are here with this show. You should have seen last night the second episode of the Queer Chronicles of the Strixhaven Quartet, which is a D&D 5e game in the Strixhaven setting. Magical college and not transphobic, so awesome and great. It's the queers in the title. Lots of fun. I think they raced some frogs and then they transformed and had to fight and tame the frogs last night. So just lots of, typical college shenanigans. We'll be playing this game shortly, so you'll get to see that. We should be back next week with the next episode of Squire Squad. We had to skip the last time because life happened, as it does. Thursday we should be back with Elegant Creatures, which is our Urban Shadows game with a little bit of Good Society sprinkled in. Friday we don't yet have the upcoming game Neon Gods, which is actually Good Society, though also hacked and chopped and screwed as we are wont to do. But instead, well, at the very least, this Friday is our dear friend Savvy Seaworth's birthday, so we may be doing some stream for that, or maybe birthday celebrations will happen offline. But either way, you should make sure you tweet at them or message them on Discord a happy birth on Friday. Then this Saturday, we'll be back with Saturday Night Star Power, which is a Fate game. And then Sunday, we'll be back with Blades in the Dark, Dusk Falls Dead, where we are gonna do a murder, hopefully. Yeah. And then that takes us back around to Monday. So yeah, I think that's it in terms of channel stuff. The Neon Gods game will actually be starting up in 2 weeks, so it's on the calendar, but not starting just yet. But yeah, I think that is it for channel stuff here. So let's go around and start introducing who we have, who you're looking at. Some faces, some of them on this channel for the first time. So let's find out who's who. Let's start with the man running the show, David.
Hey, yeah, David. I'm running this rodeo. And you can see me on Tuesday nights. Yeah, I'll do a more detailed explanation of the game when we get done with that stuff.
Yep. I'm next on the display here. So hi, I'm Alex. OMG, it's some guy on the internet. I'm here all over the place. Tuesdays, Thursdays, sometimes Saturdays, and Sundays. Yeah, either playing in or running stuff, as I am now running 2 of the shows on this channel, either Squire Squad opposite this game, or Saturday Night's Pathfinder, which is our brand new Pathfinder 2nd edition game. But yeah, that's me. And then sometimes over on LB's channel, Sunday evenings, but not going to be there this week. But yeah, and now LB herself.
Hello, I'm LB Hackmup. You can find me at LB Hackmup on the Twitters and the Twitches. My channel is normally live Tuesdays, sometimes Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. This week we'll be streaming on Thursdays and Friday. Lauren and I will be back together for a lovely stream on Friday, and then unfortunately no Sunday game for me this week because I will again be traveling because I did not plan my travel plans well. Yeah, that's me. Tonight I'm playing Neith. She is a technician. An alien.
Yes, I did not intro my character, but I'll, very briefly, I am playing Teddy, who is a courtesan of all things. We'll get into this, but you can already see some of this flashing on the screen as the overlay cycles through information. But let's go on to Z.
Hi, I'm Z. I am at Necomanzi on Twitter and Instagram, but I never use it. And like other places, but I never use them. I am here playing Erstwhile tonight. They are a thug, but also a doctor, and very much an alien. I am here on GGK Tuesdays.
All right, and a friend of the channel, and I think first time appearing on screen for us, Mecca.
Well, first time appearing on GGK. Hello, I'm Mecha. I'm at MechaLineSpider on Twitter. And twitch.tv/MechaSpider on Twitch, where I occasionally stream mostly Valorant and other games that my friends just pull me into, and I have to oblige. You can also find me sometimes on LB's channel on Tuesdays, where I'll be joining her with Dead by Daylight and such. And then here on Tuesdays, every other Tuesdays for this game. It's great. I will be playing Scarra. He is a human, the only human in the party, human pilot. And yeah.
So that's us. That's the crew. Let's turn things over to David to tell us about the game and the system and what we're doing.
All right. Yeah. So it's a Stars Without Numbers game. If people aren't familiar with it, you should definitely check it out. There's a free version of the rules on Drive-Thru RPG that's pretty cool. But it is a space sandbox. We got a big old grid of planets people can go to, and it's got a little crunch to it, but I would say not very much. It's just the rules are very straightforward, and they have very mechanical benefits. But yeah, this particular game, we are starting off on a world that, much like basically every world in space known by humans, was affected 600 years ago by this phenomenon called the Scream. Kind of destroyed spacefaring civilization, and all the planets were kind of left to fend for themselves, and people have started kind of rising up and getting back out into space. Your planet has, well, I would say your planet, this sector of space has kind of more recently started getting back into having consistent space travel between planets. Probably the last 100 years or so, planets have been kind of getting it going. Your planet's kind of been doing it for, we'll say, 50 years. And you have recently discovered that your planet was very uniquely affected by the Scream, and that it left sort of an extremely valuable mineral here, and has caused a bit of a gold rush to your planet. The other effect that the Scream had is it made the continent of your planet, which had been named Pangea, basically uninhabitable. It made all the animals and plants and stuff like overgrown and psychic and very terrifying and scary. And it made a lot of the psychics there insane. The Scream killed basically every psychic except on your planet. It made them insane, which isn't good for psychics, because think, if you know D&D, imagine a wizard, but they don't have spell slots. They just cast as many spells as they want. That's what happens when a psychic goes insane, and it's very bad. So yeah, that's kind of what's on the continent. But there's this super valuable stuff there. So people have started trying to go there. Your government is based off of kind of a floating ocean city that's been, man-made. It's on the other side of the globe. It has been named Atlantis. And there are, there's a lot of other stuff. There's a moon that's colonized that Scarra is from. There's people out in the asteroid belt mining and stuff like that. You all didn't ever lose space travel in the sense that you could move around in your solar system, but you lost the ability to move between stars. And you got that back 50 years ago. So that's kind of our background and where we're starting. And is there anything is there anything more I need to say on the layout, or are we?
I mean, I think that's about it. I guess maybe other background history for the worlds. Like, yes, this does ostensibly take place from our Earth. It is the year, what, 3200,
3200, yeah, 3200. In the early 2100s, we discovered spike drives, which is how you travel between stars. You travel through a neighboring sort of universe of metadimensional energy, and so the geography of metadimensional space does not match up with the geography of our space. So while your planet, Hex 305, or the starting world, is next to multiple other inhabited planets on our hex map here. Some of those might be in other galaxies, but they're the ones that are quickest for you to get to with a spike drive. And so that was another big factor in the disruption of when everyone lost how to do spike drives, it was bad. Because people were just spread crazy far apart. Even if you could go really, really fast, there was no way you were getting to another planet. There are a few other planets that you all know about here, including a planet of anthropomorphic people that is kind of a strong regional power, along with a planet that has got like a very strong academic bend that has a psionic university. And if any of you are a trained psychic, you probably went there to be trained, unless there's some other way that you have been trained. I do not. I don't think any of you went there though. But yeah. Yeah, so it's now the year 3200. Humanity has colonized countless worlds, and the old human government, the Terran Mandate, has long since crumbled, and now all these worlds kind of stand on their own, and yeah, kind of trading and stuff again. But yeah, most human worlds are somehow linked back to something on Earth. So like one of the planets you're close to is New Seoul. It's a Korean colony. So yeah, I don't know. I have a tendency to ramble, so it's the. Do we want any more? What backgrounds do we want?
I feel like that's...
Is that
Sounds good to me.
All
yeah.
right. Okay. I didn't think about having to do this part beforehand. I should have written something down. But yeah. All right. So yeah, we start off our game in Atlantis, and we will start with Erstwhile, Neith, and Scarra. You've been recently hired to work on an expedition to the mainland. You've been presented paperwork as if this is an official expedition. I don't know if you've looked into whether or not it actually is or not.
Should we start by describing our characters? Because it's not just like people.
Yes. Yeah, we'll get there. So you have a sort of docking bay that you're to go to, and who shows up first of the
Me?
three of you?
Or Scarra?
Yeah, I think it'd probably be one of us, or we arrive at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can arrive at the same time, and you know each other, so you see each other. And then if you would like to describe your characters.
Oh, please, after you.
Should we start
Yours
with
is quicker.
Yeah,
Yours
let's
is
start with the
quicker.
human.
Okay, fine. Okay, so Scarra is he's in his late 20s. He's a average height, about 5'10", 5'11"-ish. He's got red hair that's swept back, like dyed red hair that's swept back into like a comb over. But it's kind of messy. Like he stayed up all night and he just swept it back. His features are he's got very tired eyes, but he's like very like happy. He's like always happy to see you, but he just looks exhausted all the time. He's got studded eyebrows with spikes, like spike studs coming out from both his eyebrows on top and bottom, and he's got piercings in his right ear, with like a limited knowledge of piercings, helix piercings and studs in his earlobe. He's wearing a red blazer that's popped out collar and his black undersuit. And then he's just got like a few pieces of equipment, like his gun holstered in it, like underneath his coat or underneath his like blazer, just so nobody can see it. And yeah, he's like wearing just like kind of what you'd expect like to see a sci-fi pilot wearing, just like on his belt, like a comm kit and everything, and like a multi-tool. And yeah. Is there anything else I should say? He's got blue eyes. Yes.
All right, mine's slightly more complicated. My character.
Wait, sorry, I forgot one thing. Sorry, he's also got cybernetic legs, which is his biggest feature that is to him. His legs on. It's not like he's wearing like robot boots. He actually just has cybernetic legs. And for those people who would know more, like Neith, his legs are slightly modified, but we'll find out about that in the future. Okay.
Cool. So much like our friend Scarra, Neith also has robotic legs, but for other purposes. Neith is a mer person, but wears a sort of their tail goes back into a cradle, and they use these metal legs to walk on land. They have like sort of pinky purple skin that's iridescent. There's scales harder than skin, so it's not like she doesn't wear clothing, so it's not like weird, but there's a little bit of cleave there. Her arms are connected to her sides with the sort of like, what would you call that? Wings? Like
webbing?
Webbing.
Fins.
Yes. And she has like webbed fingers that are very small at the top, so she can do very intricate mechanical things. She has sort of like almost like dreadlocks coming back with little bits and bobbles in them. She wears a mask that is completely covering her face. It has water in it, and it allows her to breathe through the gills that are on the side of her face. It has a modulator on the bottom part, and she has very dark but normal, like human-sized eyes, but her mouth is filled with razor sharp, like fishy teeth that kind of overlap. When she walks into any room, she's very timid because she does give off this strange figure. Her teeth are very scary, so she can't really close her mouth all the way. So she kind of does like an awkward smile whenever she attempts to. It's all in the mouth. The eyes are kind of dead. So as she's walking in, she's got sort of a couple things attached to her legs, and she's checking them and sees Scarra and gives them a nod and sort of walks over. Hello, Scarra. It has been a while since we have met.
Yes, I suppose it has. I haven't got my legs in a bit of a pain recently, so
They're looking like they're in good shape.
I've been trying to keep care of them since last time you gave me quite the word speaking to, I guess you could say. But do you remember? I'm sure.
I do. They could use a shine, but functionally they are perfect. At least from the outside.
Don't want to draw too much attention to myself in my line of work.
I cannot avoid it.
Well, I'm sure you fit in amongst your people.
1,000-yard stare. I did not know you would be on this mission as well.
I guess they needed a pilot.
You are a good one.
People have said that in the past, yes. And I guess they need a mechanic then.
Yes,
to
I am
fix
also a
up the
good
ship.
one. I have not been inside yet, but from the outside, it looks like it might need a little help.
Well, these kind of missions we are hired on, it's not like it's my ship. If it was my ship, it would look completely different.
Yes, it would not be this one.
That is very true. I think I'd go for a fighter rather than this thing.
I would like to get my hands in it. Excuse me. Jabom, jabom, jabom,
Phrasing.
jabom.
All right. As you two approach the ship, walking out of the ship, you see two individuals. You see a young human man. He's probably mid-20s. He's got slicked back black hair. He's wearing a suit. Those that are observant would probably see the outline of a gun in a shoulder holster under his coat. And next to him is Teddy.
Yes. So, walking next to this man is what looks like a bunny person, in like full anthropomorphic, largely brownish fur, standing about 5 feet tall, but the ears go up another foot. And he is, gosh, what is the? I'm looking at my gear. He's got secure clothing on, which is kind of the default clothing, and so, is probably in, looks, well dressed, and is probably, just chatting about something with this guy, but, an ear will kind of flick towards you, and then the rest of the head turns to, look at you all and gives the two of you a smile and a nod. Hello there.
Greetings.
Howdy.
I take it you two will be joining us on the expedition?
Yes, I am the pilot, I believe. Are you working with the contractor?
I am, yes.
If I may be so direct, what is your job on this mission?
Gets kind of a smile. Well, I guess you could say I'm here for morale. But don't worry, I can pull my weight.
I'm sure you can.
Neith kind of saunters up. Hello, my name is Neith.
Hello, I'm Teddy. Nice to meet you. Neith, that's a very pretty name.
Thank you. If you'd like, I can change my voice modulation to fit your needs.
Oh, well, normally I'm the one worrying about others' needs, so I'll think about it and let you know.
All right. I am the mechanic on this mission.
Those are important to have. Yep.
I do not need morale boosting, but thank you for your service.
Okie dokie.
She is a damn fine mechanic, I can tell you that. So we
I
won't say
am.
fans.
And who are you?
My name's Scarra. It's nice to
Scarra,
meet
that's
you.
a very pretty name.
I've been told that before. People say it's like Scarlet or mascara.
Or like a scar.
That is also a comparison. I'm the pilot on this mission, so I guess I'll be flying this.
Pilots are also very important to have when there are ships.
Well, I assume if we didn't have one, can you fly?
No, I don't have
If you
wings.
say no, then I he gives you like 1,000-yard stare as you say that.
All right. Yeah, the the contractor kind of looks a little oddly at you as well, Teddy. And before he can say anything to introduce himself, the door opens and Erstwhile.
Yes. So in walks a quadrupedal alien creature person. They are probably 7'7", including their big, almost circular antler formation. It's like these two smooth antlers grew together as they aged into like what ended up being like a hoop. Picture a lion for the back legs. Actually, no, hold on. Let's start here. Picture an alpaca, but it's like really, really well brushed. It's like it got a blowout, but also it's feathery. But instead of an alpaca face, it's a barn owl face, and it has 6 eyes. And it's not a beak. It's like a little cat lip. It's like a little split lip with the lips. It's all feathery and stuff. And it's a long neck. And then the front legs are these like the feathers and hair stop for the front legs and they become these like almost bird-like big old clawed talon things. And then the back legs, muscular, more feline or canine, also with claws. Big old huge wings tucked up on their back as they're walking in. And probably the most distressing is that up tucked into their like fluffy chest are these other secondary arms that are right now just kind of like resting as they're walking up. And these look more human-y, but the fingers are longer, thinner, probably used for dexterous things like what like Neith's fingers can do. Erstwhile walks up and just, well, look what the cat dragged in. Are you all doing this job too then? You scallywags.
Hello, Erstwhile.
Hello, Neith. You're looking well.
I feel well, thank you.
So you're
Scarra?
on this mission too, then, Erstwhile.
Well, someone's got to keep you in one piece because you sure ain't gonna do it as you.
Well, I guess that's between you and Neith then.
We got our
Teddy.
job cut out for us, and that's why my wallet stays fat.
Teddy, Erstwhile is very good with their hands.
Oh, I know.
Hello,
And you have
Teddy.
met.
Just a little bit ago. But I can tell based on their fingers.
And the amount of hands.
That too.
The secondary arm just like unfolds. They're just like this gesture, just like shrug before tucking it back in. Yeah, I can patch y'all up well and good, but as we know, like long neck, like Danes to the contractor, I can fuck them up just as well.
But I thought that was my job. Kind of sort of voce to the contractor.
The contractor goes, okay, yeah. All right. So, yeah, name's Jimothy. So, nice to meet everyone. I know we've conversed a little bit before having met here, but yeah. So we're about ready to get started. Probably gonna take off in like 25 minutes. I just got to make sure all the paperwork's in order and everything, and we're gonna get out of here.
Perfect.
So you guys, keep get acquainted, move your stuff in or whatever. Don't unpack it or anything. We're not staying in this. So
Sorry to interrupt, but like, can I just quickly go over the mission briefing once more, just to double check what we're doing now that everybody's here?
Sure, yeah. Mm-hmm.
As in, can you tell us?
Oh yeah, sure. So yeah, we're gonna go find some good shit on the mainland there.
And we do have protective gear that's included, right? That's like already on board
Like, what do you mean?
because it's toxic down there, yes?
I mean, we're not gonna stay there very long, right? So
All right, good thing I brought everything then.
Does this ship have protective shields or anything like that, or is it just the metal surrounding us.
I mean, it's got good armor. No fancy pretext shields or anything like that.
Hmm. All right. Well, Infinite Tiff, I've heard that staying inside of a metal box will help protect yourself from the toxic surface of the planet.
Okay, so it's not that toxic, right? Like you just gotta be careful of, you just can't you can't be there too long.
Mm.
Yeah, Neith.
I was wondering if I must return the ship to its original status when we return.
What do you mean? Like you gotta fix it?
Yes, if it takes damage, am I required to fix it before we return?
Nah. As long as it's flying. All I need you to do is keep it flying.
Big toothy grin.
And
Wonderful.
I say that's all we need in regards to the ship. There's another thing I'm going to need you to do. We will talk about some of the more specific, sensitive aspects of the job when we are no longer here being surveyed by those with access to surveillance.
Ain't no
Technologies.
problem. Yeah, we get it. Get in, get out. Be quick about it. Don't get too far away right now. Got it.
Don't be
Or
suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Question for David. Are there other like less important crew members, or is it literally just like the 5 of us?
It's 5 of you.
Okay, just making sure.
Right now. Yeah.
How big is this ship?
This ship looks very small. It's like a shuttle. This thing came down from space and landed on a planet. This does not have a jump drive. So you're thinking that he was talking about this isn't the ship you're gonna, you don't unpack. You're thinking you'll probably rendezvous with another ship just based off of this ship isn't gonna fulfill your needs.
It's a hunk of junk, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Barely working.
Okay, fulfill our needs. That's what that is for.
But yeah, Jimothy goes off and we'll say around now the doors open again and you all notice an official of Atlantis kind of coming in here and Jimothy sees him and goes off to go talk to him. If anyone so wishes, they could try and eavesdrop or observe them.
For sure, baby.
All right, I will need.
Could not care less.
I will need a notice check.
I
From
am
you.
not awful in that.
First roll of the session.
First roll. Submit. Attribute. What attribute do I use?
Okay, so this is going to be probably wisdom.
Cool. One of my not as good ones. Here we go. That's 5.
Okay, so
On my
no.
screen I rolled a 4 and a 6, but on the chat I rolled a 2 and a 3. Very weird.
Huh?
Like my 3D dice on my screen showed a 4 and a 6. That was really weird.
Huh.
Oh well.
Oh, weird. That is bizarre. Okay.
And you rolled 20.
Super weird. But yeah. So no, you don't overhear, but I will say that just watching him, anyone who's watching at all will see that he very clearly hands this guy a bribe. Like there is a clear exchange of money. And then he walks back. And he goes, all right, I think that takes care of all the paperwork. So we're ready to go.
I would very
Yeah, the
much like to see the inside.
Just based
This-
on the outside, I wouldn't expect too much.
this thing? And he points at the shuttle.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, don't worry about it. It's just getting us to where we need to be. I don't want to say more things. Let's just go.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Neith will eagerly go inside and just looking at everything as they go.
I will say that any of you that have spent any amount of time in this sector of space are very clearly recognize Jimothy to be a citizen of Space Vegas, a relatively small colony nearby. They had a very similar problem as to your planet, in that the Scream seemed to have kind of make things a little out of control there with their wildlife. They don't have the minerals that you all do, but they're pretty much just like a city-state. And back in the day, they were the colony was basically a resort colony for the rich and powerful. And they haven't changed all that much. Their embassies are usually just an excuse to get casinos somewhere and things of that nature. But yeah, you all get on to this shuttle, and Scarra, you kind of sit in the pilot seat, and he goes, so you're just gonna go, the ID signature of the ship we're gonna meet up with is already on there, so you're just gonna go to that guy.
All right. Thank you. I guess. I think just because he knows where this guy's from, he's going to take everything he says with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be swindled.
So,
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to start making conversation. You go ahead.
Okay. You take off, no problem. As you're kind of flying off, he's having you meet up with a ship that is in orbit right now. And you immediately look at the coordinates, and this is a weird orbit. And you suspect that the ship is probably hidden from ground-based radar. It's kind of in an odd orbit behind some satellites and whatnot. And if you didn't know where to look, you probably wouldn't have seen it. And then the other thing you notice is that usually on the way out, you would have heard something from Atlantis ground control. You do not. You guys just leave.
So, Jimothy, you're gonna be going surface level with us. You're gonna be watching the clock for us to come back.
Oh, I'm going with y'all. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. So there's another guy up on the ship. You guys will meet him. Teddy already met him. He's all right.
Looks at Teddy for confirmation that this guy is all right, quote unquote.
Teddy probably thinks he's all right.
Great.
Most people are all right with Teddy.
Great.
All right. Yeah, so it's a pretty fast shuttle. I say it's not fast for what you all are used to, but it is very fast for what we would expect air travel to be. So you make it to this other ship in pretty short order.
Depending on how long the travel is, Scarra probably has a little bit of fun when flying. Not anything too like turbulence wise, but just a bit like dodge and weave and everything of just debris in the area.
Sure.
Just because he doesn't want to fly too boringly.
Yeah. And you do it easy enough. It's one of those things. You're not pushing yourself so hard that you would actually cause any real chance that something bad would happen, but enough that maybe it scares the people who don't have a seatbelt on.
Scarra, I am attempting to fix the bioreceptacle.
My apologies, Neith. I'll try and stabilize. a bit more just for you.
You are kind.
Probably just like leaning back in the jump seat and like kicking his legs back and forth and just like letting the turbulence move him, but is seat belted up.
All right.
Can any seatbelts fit Erstwhile?
I mean, they're pretty skinny. So like there might be a spot. I don't know how much accommodations are on this shuttle, but I would imagine there's probably a spot where like there's not a chair per se, but like larger creatures could potentially like, because if Erstwhile sits kind of like a dog sits and like kind of their spine is more vertical, they could like just strap in, just like be on the ground.
They probably don't have something like that.
Just strap me in like a bicycle. It's fine.
Yeah.
We have some rope in the back.
It's one of those things that on a larger ship, probably, but this is an old shuttle, and it looks like it was pretty exclusively designed to be used for humans. Atlantis itself has like a large alien population, but you all know that is very unusual for most planets. Most planets are pretty just their culture, as the fact that basically they've been isolated from everyone else for 600 years. The Pangea, before it was Atlantis, was a bit of a trading hub, and so it had a large alien population when the Scream happened, and so it has its own native alien populations that have basically been living here for 600 years and things like that. So this ship, if it was from Atlantis, it might have something for you, but it looks like this is just some junker that this guy picked up for the job.
Yeah. So in that case, when Scarra was doing his thing, there were like those like nails on the ground sounds of like when like a dog or cat is like trying to run across a wood floor. So like he's going around and Erstwhile just like using their forelegs to like steady themselves, like the claws just clicking against the ground.
That he probably would have offered, like sticking one of his legs way out. It's like trying to help stabilize and like push Erstwhile up against something.
Would you like me to slow down?
I would like you to have a little. Whoa! What's this accent doing? We're going to Jersey, baby. Okay. Let me just get back into it. I'd like you to have a little bit of sense, if you don't mind.
I have plenty of sense. Just
caution, maybe.
I've taken caution.
A little bit less pride, a little less confidence. It's just A to B right now. You can play around later.
Like by 1%. Are you happy?
Notable silence. Like a weighted silence.
Okay, he drives a bit more straight just so Erstwhile doesn't end up falling out of the ship.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. You could also probably there is a seat for you, so you could wrap your arm in the seatbelt or something and kind of try and hold
Loops
on that
one
way.
of the legs over it.
Yeah.
The secondary arms do come out and just like.
But yeah, you make it to this other ship. You all see it coming up. It looks much, much nicer. It's not a big ship. You've all seen ships like this before. It's a free merchant ship. So it means it's kind of made for a small crew. It's made to take cargo around and whatnot. It has a spike drive. And anyone who's spent any time crewing a ship, so Scarra at least, but anyone else who has spent any time crewing a ship would know that it has a max crew of 6. So that seems to be, if there's a guy waiting for you up there, seems about right.
Thank the stars.
Yeah, it looks really, really nice. It's probably it was probably made or it's probably commissioned by Space Vegas. They don't have shipyards. They don't have a lot of shipyards of their own. And yeah, you dock and make your way out, and you are met by about a 6'4" humanoid. You immediately recognize him to be from Zebuth, the same planet that Teddy is from, as he is an anthropomorphic gray wolf. He's got kind of like some more combat looking stuff on. He looks a little bit older. It's hard to tell. Teddy, you immediately can peg him as being like he's probably in his 40s. And he kind of greets you all. And Jimothy says, all right, so this year's Legoshi. He is you all recognize it to be an extremely common wolf name from
An anime.
Well, you probably
Who's
don't
to
know it
say?
as being an anime. It's just a common name for the people from Zebuth.
So it's like
Past
something
over
like John
generations.
or Michael.
Yeah. Yeah, so he introduces himself or he kind of says, all right, hey, so it's I'll be kind of the guide. Well, not the guide. I know how to navigate around on the ground and stuff, and you know, I'll help you out with the wildlife down there. This isn't my first expedition into Pangea, so it's good to see you all.
Hear it. Love to hear it. Love to see you.
Scarra's like acknowledging him, but he's just kind of staring in awe at the ship. He's like, he lets out a low whistle. I can't do whistles. Sorry. He's like, wow, ain't she a beaut? Where'd you pick up this baby from?
You know, we got this off a guy. They might be from oh darn it, what's the name of that planet?
Space Vegas?
Not Space Vegas.
Okay.
So
You could say any name and none of us would know.
Mm-hmm.
but it's one of the real planets here. I need to get it
Yeah.
right. Planet X. I just keep wanting to call it Miranda, but that is a planet in the Serenity movie, not not this. All right.
Insert name here.
Yeah, it starts with an M. It's the planet with the psionic academy.
Well, I'm sure wherever you got it from.
Yeah, I think you said
They
it earlier.
produce
and I
some
Minerva.
real
forgot.
good ships.
It's Minerva is the name
That
of the
one.
planet.
Minerva.
Somebody write that down.
Yep. You have not played a game with me before. I write everything down.
I played one shots.
I don't take notes on one shots. Anyway.
So let's save it. Okay.
Minerva. How attached are you to this? No, sorry, I shouldn't. It's a pleasure to meet you, Legoshi. I hope we're in your safe and capable hands. I hope.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, you know, it's going to be a bit of a thing. I'm going to need you all to listen to me. A lot of things that don't look dangerous are, and the stuff that looks dangerous is very dangerous. So, have any of you been to Pangea before?
I think so. David, would Scarra have been, since he's local to the system?
Perhaps there
Probably
might
is a-
be expeditions.
Probably when he was younger.
If you went in any kind of official capacity as the pilot, it's unlikely you would have spent a lot of time out and about. But for training purposes, you probably got briefed on a lot of the known animals and stuff down there.
Yeah, okay. I haven't been down there, but I've read a lot about it. Been briefed on stuff.
All right.
It's a
yeah.
hard no.
So, I mean, I think you're all aware a lot of the stuff down there has psionic abilities. So, you know, it's a bad thing when a bear can make you not notice that bear is there. And also the bear is really big and scary and got 4 arms or something. So it's bad.
Oof.
So
Yeah.
you're warning us of bear attacks?
I'm warning you of anything. Like any old thing might be very dangerous.
Are we all required to be on the surface?
Yes. Yeah. So he looks at Jimothy and Jimothy goes, all right. So here's the job. All right. So the organization I work for recently came into possession of the coordinates of an old, pre-Scream weapons cache on Pangea. So this is good stuff. These things will sell for a lot of money. And since it's not the mineral, since it's not the psionically activated iron, we don't suspect there's going to be a lot of people around that. We're not thinking there's going to be any competition for it, So we got to go in, but it's an old secure facility. So he goes, Neith, we're going to need you to help us get in there. Erstwhile, it's dangerous. We need a medic. Scarra, we're going to need you to kind of be able to help kind of keep an eye on things. Air support's good, kind of whatnot. I may have heard that you can personally attend to that without the needs of the ship.
Can I?
Was that last bit addressed to?
Scarra.
I don't think so.
You can fly though, right?
I can.
Like you can. Oh, okay.
They
Can I
just
connect
did.
to the ship without? Can I connect, David? Can I connect to the ship without being in the ship? No.
He's basically like, you can fly, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I mean, I got here, didn't I?
I mean, but like you don't need the ship to.
Oh, yeah, I can fly like that.
Okay, yeah, that's why. Yeah, so we need a pilot. Yeah. All right, and then Daddy is here. Is to just kind of help out, and
For morale.
Yeah. I mean, definitely more for my morale than any of yours, but I'm not possessive or nothing. So Teddy, if you got some free time and you want to make some extra money, I'm not going to stop you.
Exactly. We don't have an exclusive contract.
Exactly. So, anyways, yeah. So I mean, we'll get there tonight. We'll camp in the ship, and then we'll set out tomorrow morning.
Perfect. Sounds great. I'm going to be coming by to get a little bit of a pre-screen from everybody, just so I get some base levels in case anything happens. I know where I'm getting back to.
I have been secreting more liquids than normal.
It seems gross. Maybe I shouldn't be here for any of that.
Wow, that's a little bit racist. Honestly, Jimothy, a little insensitive.
It's perfectly normal for my people.
We can have a conversation.
Still,
I
I'm
believe
thinking
sometimes
maybe
uses as like oil to for the robot legs.
Yes,
How
and it allows
about-
me to stick to walls.
Okay, how about you guys go to the medical bay and talk about these issues on your own?
I don't think there are issues.
Are you squeamish, Jimothy? You squeamish, my man?
Do liquids make you uncomfortable?
No, they don't.
Do you need these liquids make you uncomfortable?
All right. You guys have fun with your liquids. I'm gonna go back to my room.
All right.
So who here can shoot a gun or
I
throw
can
a
shoot a gun.
knife, throw a punch, do a little stabby?
The ghost
Yes.
is just kind of all of the above.
Fantastic. Neith, I noticed you didn't raise your hands none.
I have a weapon.
Is it not a gun or a fist or a knife?
It is a laser pistol.
Fantastic. And you okay. I was just checking, just because, doctor, getting the baseline, getting my expectations right.
Are you gonna throw a scalpel at them, Doc, if we do come across anything? Or do you
Oh
have a
no.
weapon?
No. And just like sits back on their haunches and like holds up their front legs and these like this fucking eagle claws. And like also actually like whenever they talk, their mouth doesn't move very much, but then just like at this moment opens and like these little tiny feathers like seem to have covered what was the lips that go all the way back. It opens this like giant maw of like long teeth that like nest in really well when they're
Picture
it's
day
all the
must have
way
been
closed.
great.
I mean, my coat I've been taking good care of it. Take my vitamins.
It looks very soft.
It is.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, probably when Teddy first met Erstwhile, like went in for a handshake and then just like absentmindedly like started to
That's-
pet a little bit.
Fantastic. So great for my ego.
Mhm.
All right. So Legoshi kind of goes over to you, Scarra, and says, "So these are the coordinates for our landing site."
Right. Do you have a map of any kind, or is it just coordinates? I mean, I can obviously put it into the ship, but
Yeah, we got a map.
Okay.
So
may I see
can
it?
move you all to the.
Ooh.
Got a jungle hex. We don't have
We're doing
a
it,
Mhm.
boys.
we don't have a screen to show you all the map, but that's fine because I don't know if we have the rights to this art.
Probably
Imagine
not.
a jungle with a spaceship over it.
And
So
some
yes.
hex grids.
This little spaceship, where it's at, is your landing coordinates. You could land on this hex if you wanted to. No one's stopping you. Actually, that's probably where you would land. I think the hex has changed up from when it was.
Yeah,
Before.
Roll20 does that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. Yeah, so you're landing by this kind of river, and Legoshi explains you'll be making your way into the jungle. Probably. Well, I say probably. The information has that it should be in this kind of hex here where I'm doing the blue ping.
Okay.
Yeah, each hex is 5 kilometers across,
Okay.
and it's thick jungle. And yeah, you had the hex that it's in. You'll have to kind of search around for it. Yeah,
So
So it
I
shouldn't be-
imagine. Sorry.
nothing. I'm just gonna say it shouldn't be. If there wasn't for all the murderous animals and plants, it'd be really easy.
Yeah, I was gonna say I guess we're planning on doing just like a day trip. Essentially, is the plan of just like camp and then go out. Or I'm just chatting. I don't know. I'm guessing. So it's like the plan is from Jimothy that we're gonna like hike there, find the thing, and then like camp there, come right back.
It would be to camp, break in camp there. Depending on how long it takes you to break in to the facility, load everything up, and you'll have some like kind of some grav carts to load all the weapons up onto, because it's not a video game. You're not going to be able to carry 30 rifles
What?
That's the other one. This game does care about how many things you're carrying.
Man.
What if I used some sort of propulsion from myself? Would it help with the pushing?
The carts basically just move. They don't like drive on their own, but they know to move by any kind of force on them. So think like what's that spell in D&D where you have the disc?
Tensors
It just-
Tensor's floating
yeah.
disc.
Think that where it's just like push it and it just goes, you know?
Yeah, or the hover carts from Futurama.
Hmm.
Okay, and so the thing is, like, it's such thick jungle that, like, we have landed as close as we can get the shuttle, and so it has to be on foot the rest of the way.
Yes. Yeah. Thick jungle, and the plants themselves are dangerous. So you want to be in a clearing.
I think as Scarra gets onto the planet, he starts sticking very close to the very beefy people, the very big health point people.
Well, I
Hello.
think
Because and just like staying in between, like in the middle of the group as probably the weakest person there.
well, I
The
think
babu.
as we disembark and, like, are in the hot, sweaty jungle, Teddy starts to disrobe, for lack of a better word, and, like, change his outfit, and, like, you see he is, like, very lithe and ripped, but not not super muscly, but
Well, before
Very
we disembark or land, we're flying there. And Scar, you're flying.
Right?
And nothing crazy. It's nice weather. But you see,
Space weather?
well, you get into the atmosphere and you're going down. So basically, you've got a route planned for you to keep you off of radar and whatnot. This ship happens to be modified so it can go underwater. So you're basically going to go into the ocean, skim along, pop out, and then fly low over the canopy to get to your landing site. Because this river is not deep or thick enough for you to fly through the river. And which you can easily do. But as you start kind of flying over the canopy, you're getting pretty close to where you're supposed to be landing. You see what looks to be kind of a flock of birds approaching. And then you notice that on your radar, those birds are much further away than they look in just on your, out the windshield here. So immediately, these are very large birds. They are black, and they are getting closer.
I just say to the rest of the crew is like, apologies, things are about to get a little bumpy. So strap in, everybody. And I try to get away from them.
Okay.
Guys, should we land? Should I try and land or try and get away from these giant birds?
Legoshi kind of makes his way up, and he looks at him, and he looks at the radar. He goes, we probably need to kill him. We don't want him finding our landing site.
Do we have guns on this ship?
Yes.
Are they mountable or do I control them?
So there's a weapon station. So for ship combat, I got a handout here. Or not a handout, but I have everyone takes a position. So there's a captain, there's bridge, there's comms, there's engineering, there's gunnery, and there's general actions. And yeah, someone needs to be in charge of each of these things except general. No one has to be in charge of general. And if we don't have enough for everyone, that's fine. We just choose which one doesn't have anyone doing anything for it that turn.
Peter 3. I'll do engineering, please.
So I guess I'm trying to think now. Like, I do technically have the Star Captain foci already.
Mhm.
And so I guess now I'm trying to think of like, oh wait, how does Teddy already have that experience? Because I was kind of envisioning it more as like once we finish this like intro mission, then he would like come into being the captain. But
Got it.
and I guess I mentioned before in our like session 0 that like probably when combat's involved, Teddy is like all business, and so he will probably like just step up to the captain's seat and like sit there like he belongs there and starts like directing people around.
Yeah, and doing a good job of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take gunnery. I guess.
You
Other
have to
than-
fly.
wait,
You don't,
I do have
you
to
don't
fly.
want to be the
so-
bridge.
Oh,
Yeah, I
the
was like,
bridge
you don't
is.
wanna-
I thought the bridge wasn't pilot for some reason. I'm stupid. Sorry. I'll be
No, you're
flop
okay, you're okay.
pilot.
No worries.
And I'll take gunnery because we gotta shoot, even though I ain't got no shoot skills.
I'm sure you'll
if
be
you
fine.
if you don't want to shoot, Legoshi can take it for now.
Cool.
You could be left with comms.
You could get
Yeah.
comms,
I also don't have a high int, but let's go.
or actually, in this situation, general actions would be better than comms because you're
Sweet,
not going
good.
to be trying to You're not going to try and hack the giant
Yeah.
birds or anything
Yeah.
like that.
That makes sense. Okay, yeah.
Um,
Don't worry about it. I'll take the general actions. Ain't no thing, chicken wing.
Okay. So now general actions are nice because yeah. So you can generate command points with general actions, which is really good. So the way Stars Without Numbers works is you have command points. These are how everyone gets to do anything. It's a pool that's constantly changing. And so let's say the gunner uses all the command points. Everyone after him can't do shit because all the command points have been used. The Star Captain Foci lets you just start off with, I believe, is it 2 command points?
Yes. Your ship gains 2 extra command points at the start of each turn.
Okay. The captain has actions that can either generate command points or make certain actions not cost command points, things like that. And none of his actions cost command points. So basically, the captain goes first. The captain decides the order people go in, so there is no initiative. And yeah. More questions if we need them.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see.
I assume there's no spike drills here in or anything like
No,
that.
that'd be leaving the
Yeah.
system.
Then no questions for me.
Let's see.
All right.
Suppose I should open all y'all's sections so I can read what your things are that you would do. Because, so the 3 captain actions I have: Into the Fire, accept a crew lost crisis, and gain your lead skill +1 in command points. You may do this at most once per round. I have no idea what a crew lost crisis is. We'll find out. Keep it together. Nullify a successful enemy hit and roll a crisis instead. You can use this action in instant response to an enemy hit, but you may only use it once per round. Or, more likely, support department. Choose a department. 1 action that department takes will require 2 fewer command points. You can do this once per round.
So actually, the captain could theoretically do all of his moves, no problem, each round.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted to generate command points by doing a crew lost crisis, you could.
Which is?
So crises are things that can happen. That is why it's not bad to have someone in general actions, because they can stop ship crises. But it's basically like there's like, so like if a fire erupted in the ship or something like that, that would be a crisis. A crew lost is, let me look up specifically what it is, because it's not the best one, but it's not the worst one.
Is that basically venting a crew member into space to get more points?
No, because you can save them.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see here. It's space combat. All right. Ship crises. Okay. And crew lost. It's not resolved by the end of the next round. Okay, so basically, if you don't, you put the ship in danger, and if the crisis is not averted by the end of the next round, 10% of the ship's maximum crew are incapacitated. Half are dead or permanently disabled.
So that doesn't sound great, and it sounds like more for if we ever get to like having a capital ship or something.
Also, if someone just immediately stops it, it's not a big deal. But
Sure. Which general actions does have deal with a crisis.
Yeah, I got you, fam. Don't even fret.
But I imagine I will mostly be using the support department and keep it together if they land a hit on us. So.
So it does specify that it starts with NPCs. So you don't have to worry about getting randomly killed off right now.
Gotcha.
But Legoshi or Jimothy dying wouldn't be great for the mission. I will say that.
Yeah, probably not. Okay, so I'm looking over, or do we just want to quickly go around and say, what our department's actions are for the folks at home?
Sure.
So LB, you're next on the overlay. So what does engineering get to do?
What page are we on?
These are handouts in Roll20.
Oh, I was like, I'm looking through the thing and I'm not sure what it's supposed to be looking for. But
Yeah,
it's
sorry,
okay.
down at the bottom. Ship
right.
combat.
I see. Yeah, it's right there. Boost engines. On a success, the ship's speed is increased by 2 until the start of the ship's next turn. Damage control. Each attempt to fix, basically, I'm a fixing action. Each attempt to this action after the first or whatever. So basically, I'm just fixing emergency repairs, which is emergency repairs in case something gets disabled.
Okay, so damage control.
So I can make us go faster.
Yeah. So make us go faster. Damage control is for hit points. Emergency repairs is for systems.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then we've got Z with the general actions, or Erstwhile with the general actions.
So we've got above and beyond, where I can pick an attribute and skill check and explain how I'm using it to help the ship. If the GM agrees, I can attempt to do that, and on the success, gain my skill level. I'm assuming in that skill in command points +1. But if I fail, it's -1 command point. And there's deal with a crisis, and then it's me trying to solve a crisis. Roll a skill check that's relevant to fix it. And do your duty. And this generates 1 command point. And I have to say how I'm plausibly being useful to help another department do something.
So yeah, if you don't have the command skill, that's a much better one than above and beyond.
Okay. And then Scarra with the bridge.
Yeah, so escape combat is roll a skill check plus the ship's speed against the fastest opponent's skill check with their ship speed. On a win, all enemy ships gain 1 point of escape. If an enemy ship gets 3 points after 3 uses of this maneuver, your ship gets away from that ship and is no longer in combat with it. We're not exactly going against the ship, but I guess it just goes the same thing. Evasive maneuvers, which costs 2 captain points or command points. Sorry. Roll skill check against difficulty 9 to add your pilot's skill to the ship's AC until its next turn. It's usable once per round. And then pursue target, which is roll skill check plus speed against the target skill, target ship skill plus check plus speed. On a win, you shed 1 point of escape rating the target ship may have on you. So we get closer, pretty much.
All right, and then David, do you want to read gunnery?
Yeah. Oh no, I did the wrong thing. Okay. All right. So fire all guns, 3 command points. Gunners fire all weapons mounted on the ship, designating targets as they wish. Fire 1 weapon, 2 command points. A gunner fires a single ship or a single ship's weapon of their choice. Target systems, 1 command point. fire one weapon action. You take this round, may target a ship's weapons, engine, or fittings the GM decides are valuable. Such target actions take -4 to hit. So also the other thing I suppose is you could do any number of your actions as long as there's command points for them. It's just, be mindful of if the people after you will need them or not, or if you need them more. I don't know.
Okay.
So how many do we start with?
So you guys get to start with 2 because of Teddy's foci.
Okay. And so then normally we would have to
You'd have 0, and you'd have to
start
generate
generating?
them. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. And so can anyone do your duty, or would it just we'd be reliant on Erstwhile to generate us command points?
So anyone can always take general actions.
Okay.
So you can always generate more command points. The other one is that if you don't have any command points, the support department captain action can bring something down to 0 command points, and it could be used.
Sure. Yeah. Which is probably going to be a good way to start things off.
And sorry, just to double check, David, the above and beyond, that it is based off of the command skill?
So you get to roll whatever skill you want, but you generate command points equal to your command skill +1.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, the command skill?
I believe it's
Because it just says gain your skill level in
Oh,
command
never
points
mind.
+1.
Then
So I was
it's
assuming
that.
it's the relevant
Yeah.
skill that I use.
Then it would be the relevant skill. Never mind.
Cool.
Never mind
Phew.
me.
Phew.
All right.
In which case, just throwing it out there, I don't know if I can contribute, Captain.
Sure.
But I was thinking possibly Erstwhile could go to Scarra and be like, hey, I am literally a winged beastie, and these are winged beasties. Let me talk to you about how to maybe get a 1-up on them. This is me trying to use the sneak skill. Yes, we're in open air, but we're being
Okay.
cautious.
But I'm a professional pilot.
Tactical.
I'm sure I can be somewhat sneaky.
No, I'm trying to help.
Yeah, no, I know.
Oh,
I'm
So-
saying I'm saying that your help would be nice because
okay.
alongside I don't know this terrain too well.
We're basically going to have Alex will decide everyone's initiative.
Yep.
Yes. This is me making my case for why I should probably go first.
Oh, mighty captain, please lead us.
Yep. So I guess what I could do. So I guess which bridge action are we thinking? Or are you just thinking you would do that to generate some command points?
To give us more flexibility for the round was my thought.
Yeah, and I assume command points build over time, right? They don't reset at the end of a round.
If you don't use them, I think so.
Okay, because otherwise,
That's how we're doing it today.
yeah. 'Cause otherwise, I don't. How would you even get enough command points for lots of these things? But anyway, so I guess here's what I'm thinking: is I can do support department for gunnery to fire one weapon to make it free. We could do a bunch of do your duties to generate command points to carry over into the next round, see what the birds do, and go from there. But yes, Mecca?
I was just saying that evasive maneuvers might help just to up our ship AC, just in case we get bonked.
Yeah. Because I also give us 2 command points to start, I can make evasive maneuvers free, or I can make fire one weapon free, and we can spend the command points in the other, and then people can do your duty to, I guess that would then give us, if both Erstwhile and Neith did a do your duty, that would get us 2 to go into the next round.
Or with the above and beyond, if you roll, you could theoretically get more.
True.
Yeah. But yeah, you are looking at that. Is it a 9? Was that what you had to get?
Yes. for
Yeah,
above and
difficulty
beyond.
9.
So that's no small feat.
Nope.
Luckily,
Even
I
using
have a
sneak, which is my
bonus.
best one with the +1, I would need to roll 8 or better on
Well, you-
2d6.
So this would be using a probably intelligence as a modifier on that roll, I would say. Or I would allow dexterity.
Phew. Yeah.
Which
Intelligence
one?
0.
For
Dexterity
your stealth, your sneaking
Ah,
roll when you do it. But yeah, we'll get to that. So what's the initiative?
Yeah.
Or what's the order?
Yeah.
Oh, Captain.
Bucket.
Yeah, I think probably gunnery first, just to try and take out the birds if we can before they get too close. Then probably the general to go help out bridge. Then bridge actions. And I guess for this round, that would probably be having Neith also do general stuff. So happening at that point.
Okay. So it would still be engineering, but you can just
Okay,
always
right,
choose to do.
Gotcha.
So I guess that's also true for like. So I guess technically, Erstwhile is probably at the comms station, but you don't need comms. So
Honk our horn at them, get them to
Mhm.
move.
buzz off.
Yes, does this sound acceptable to everyone for our first round?
all right.
So Teddy takes his seat in the commander chair, adopts like a thoughtful pose, and like an intensity comes over him that you all have not yet seen before. And it's just like, all right, Legoshi, target the lead bird. Scarra, be prepared to take evasive maneuvers. Neith and Erstwhile, prepare to support.
You got it, boss.
Aye, Captain. I guess this is what I meant by morale.
All right. So are you making the gunnery free?
Yeah. So gunnery is the support department, so 2 fewer command points for fire 1 weapon.
Okay.
Or I guess it is up to you whether you do fire 1 weapon or if Legoshi takes one of the points to do fire all guns.
You only got 2 points. You just told him to target the lead bird. He'll just target the lead bird.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, because I guess it is
Let's see
fire
if
1
this
weapon.
adds.
I'm assuming the ship's weapons are only single target weapons currently.
Okay, he had the +2. All right. Thank goodness. All right. Yeah, so it's single target. Yeah, 7 is oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh.
That's not what he should be doing.
Uh-oh.
He should be rolling a d20 for this part.
Oh.
Because he's after the birds I see. I was like, wait, 7 is nowhere near it. How is he supposed to roll a d20 +2? Okay. I believe that hits our birdos. All right.
Wait, it's a bunch of birdos. I can't do a good birdo sound.
Mm-hmm. So it hits. The lead bird is just destroyed because this is heavy weapons, and while the bird is very large, it has not survived getting shot by a spaceship's weapon large.
Yeah.
So the lead bird is destroyed. The rest of the birds now get to roll a morale check. So we'll see if this even matters on the rest of it. Success! They don't run away.
Well, darn. But okay, that takes us over to bridge for evasive maneuvers, or I guess I technically said the general stuff first
Mm.
to
Yes,
prepare.
I would like
boost.
to sneak. So Erstwhile like carefully like gets low with their legs like to walk over steadily to get to Scarra, and then one of their like their arms comes out to like go on his shoulder and just kind of like point and just kind of give some tips of like, oh, when we're flying, we want to do like a bit of like a wibble or like go under them and then like turn around real quick, like kind of a thing.
Scarra follows these orders.
I'm gonna roll sneak. Yes, is that okay?
Yeah.
I'm
go
kind
ahead.
of generous, DM. Okay. Where's my sneak? There it is. And this is dexterity, you said, yes?
Yeah. So a lot of things in this game let you choose between two stats. Ooh.
Nope, I rolled a 7.
All right. So
How
it's
did I
very
roll a
bad.
2? Again.
It's 2, 3. Yep. 7. All right. So
On
yeah,
a failure,
it's-
take -1 command point.
it's very bad advice, and one of the command points is eaten up by.
Sorry.
All
Turns
right, we're
out
under
spaceship doesn't have
distress.
wings.
But I suppose Neith could still possibly generate a command point to give us enough to have the 2 for evasive maneuvers.
No, because engineering is after bridge.
Right.
So, but it's not a huge deal. You could use your pilot skill if you wanted to generate command points this turn. Basically, use the above and beyond, or you could just do the one that gives you. So, bridge. Is there anything you can do for 1 command point? If not,
No.
you're going to need to generate command points. So you can do above and beyond or do your duty. Do your duty gives you guaranteed 1, and above and beyond gives
Above and
you-
beyond. Let's see.
It gives you whatever your skill level is in the skill that you use +1. So I literally
Okay,
gambled it
so-
for 2.
I could also gamble it for 2.
Mhm.
I'm gonna do my duty just to be safe.
Okay. You get the +1, and then Neith.
So we now have 2 command points.
Yes.
Okay, I can make us go faster. I can boost the engines, or we can let it roll over and I can try and get us more points.
Well, I guess, David, would having more speed be beneficial in this situation?
Yeah.
We'll just run him down.
Splat 'em
Did I
against the
hear ramming
windshield.
speed?
Is that what you want me to do?
Sure, that's more exciting than just having y'all
So
just generate points.
here's the other thing: is you don't have to do anything the captain says. You can just choose to do what you want.
Yep.
So he could be like, generate command points, and you're like, we're going faster.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, let's boost the engine. So I need to roll an int fix versus difficulty 8.
Okay.
All right. Oh. All right. Where does one click to roll? Oh, int.
Oh, are you on? Oh, okay.
What?
Never mind. You figured it out.
Did I?
If you have it in edit mode, it messes you up for rolling directly. But if you're choosing int, then you got it figured out.
Or did
But I
you click
can't
on
click on
int
anything.
first?
Okay, so yeah, hit the pencil. Is the pencil in the top right yellow?
It is. Ah,
And then you can hit
it's
your.
so much
your
this is so much
skills.
easier to see. Okay.
Yes.
All
yes.
right. Let's go. No modifiers.
Nope.
It's a 10.
Yeah.
So you hear over the comms, thank you all for flying with us today. We're gonna go really fast, really soon. Sorry. And then just and then you
All
feel the
right.
lurch.
Yeah, Scarra. There's a sudden increase in the ship's speed. You feel like the engines are operating a little more efficiently than they normally would have, or they
Scarra
normally would
starts
be.
smiling a bit more. It's like, you're doing great work back there, Neith.
All right. Bird's good to go. There's that number. Again, why do I not have? Okay. I guess because I have to hit a gun. All right, let's see if that works. Ooh, fail.
Okay. Yeah, what is our ship's AC?
So your ship's AC is currently 14.
Okay.
How is this AC the same as mine?
Because it's big.
So mundane weapons are useless against it. So they basically, the way they handle like different types of armor and stuff like that is to just say, instead of making the armor be really big, they just say only certain kind of weapons can hurt it. And yeah, so you need like heavy weapons or something like that. But what you all can see now that you've got kind of these, what are now very clearly giant crows pulled up on the scanner, you see that there's like a bit of like a shimmering outline around these crows, and they kind of, you start seeing like almost like force projectiles shooting from the backs of these crows, and they kind of pepper the ship that you're kind of hearing like ding 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 ding, but it's not doing any damage.
Okay. All right. So I guess that takes us back around to the top.
Yep, and you can re-choose order, and yeah.
Yep. Okay. So we get 2 more points because I'm a star captain.
Mhm.
This time I will. No, I'll again support the gunnery department, so they get a 2 command point discount. And this time we'll save the bridge for last in case we need to give extra points there. So, I think probably because I'm just tossing my glasses down. Ooh, what if Teddy puts on glasses in battle mode?
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we'll probably do general, then engineering, then bridge this time.
Okay. What was it? Where's gunnery in that?
Gunnery will be first with the
Okay.
the discount.
With the free. Got it. Okay. And you're giving them the discount. Okay, so that's right. I should not. Oh, I didn't give Teddy. Oh wait, no, not you're not. You're Teddy. I was going to say Legoshi, but that has nothing to do with anything because he's not a PC. Okay. Yes, he hits another bird.
Excellent.
You see the ship's laser again, just like carve a bird in half. And yeah, the birds are going to need to. I think this is a significant enough loss that they're going to need to roll morale again. Yep, succeed again. All right, these
Some
birds
ballsy
are
crows.
determined. These crows want to get at the sweet goodness of your ship.
Fuck this ship in particular.
They could smell a good meal. Teddy is a
All
snack
right.
after all.
So who is next? It was general, then engineering.
Yep. Yeah. Does this game allow you to do an initiative tracker? Though I don't know. That would probably just get complicated.
I'd have to edit it every turn. I don't want to mess with it.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just write it with text on the battle map and then edit the text box each time or delete it and write it again. I don't know. Or chat's
I mean,
good.
just
Yeah, we'll
move
figure
it.
it
It
out.
would be the same as having
Yeah.
an initiative, pretty much.
Mm.
Okay. So general, you're up.
Oh, it's me. I thought you said engineering. Okay. General, me. All right. I'm going to do my duty. I'm going to be like, oh, sheepish. The net goes a little bit like, oh, I messed up. And I'm going to assist. I'm going to generate 1 command point and gonna
You're doing busy space stuff.
Yeah, pushing buttons, pulling levers, reading readouts.
Wait, no, that's a self-destruct.
Okay, so that means we are currently at 3 command points for engineering to perhaps do something if you wish.
I mean, I'm only good on damage control stuff, or I can boost the engines again.
I could boost the AC if you let me have it.
Oh, not even the air conditioning. I thought you were making a joke. I was like, that's funny. That's funny. Do you want me to do my duty as well?
I mean, that sounds like the course of action, but it is up to you.
All right. All right. Yes, I will do that. I will do my duty and all right. Do I have to take the int away on my fix if that's what I want to roll?
Well, for do your duty, you don't roll anything.
You don't roll anything.
Do something.
Just kidding. I'm doing it. Let me think of what over the comms. Yeah. Darlings, I think we are in a deep sorry. I think that we need to get around this. If they hit us, we might get into a bit of trouble.
All right.
Yeah, no shit.
Jimothy comes running out into the cockpit and he goes, "What the fuck's going on?"
I just point out the windows.
All right. Okay. So yes, engineering's gone. You got 4 now.
Yep.
Okay. I guess it's my turn then, right?
Yep.
I will try and take evasive maneuvers. So that requires me to make a pilot check, I believe.
All right.
Making the score of 9. And nothing bad happens if I fail, so...
Nope. Yeah, you're good. You just don't evasive maneuver.
And it's used... The modifier is 0, right?
Well, it's int or dex and pilot.
Oh, right. Dex. I'll take +1 for my dex. Because I have that. Oh, wait. Cancel. So... Yeah, sorry. I did that wrong.
No worries.
Dex. My first roll of the game. 12.
All right. Dang. Yeah. You add your pilot skill to the ship's AC. All right.
So that's +1.
Good going. The birds miss again. You again hear this like as you get hit with these multiple force projectiles. And I'm going to go ahead and give him another morale check. Yep, these birds want to kill you.
Yeah.
They effing hate you.
They're out for blood. We killed 2 of theirs. Blood for blood.
They are insane.
Cassandra.
The way Scarra uses evasive maneuvers from the extra added speed from Neith, I think he just tries to duck past some of the tree lines and then just zip through. Looked while still maintaining the fact that the birds are on site for gunning.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. Start of the next round. We now have 4 points from the 2 that carried over and the 2 that I generate.
Do we need to repair anything?
Nope, we haven't taken a hit yet. I think again gonna just see if we can mow the crows down. So support department to gunnery. Gunnery goes first, and maybe it'll nullify the rest of the encounter. But so gunnery.
I'll
Let's
go
do-
ahead and roll for Legoshi.
Yeah, so let's do gunnery, and then I mean probably just the same order as last time, unless someone wants to try something different.
I'm fine with how we are.
Engineering.
Legoshi's rolling so well. So yeah, this is now half the bird's dead. Another bird gets cut in half by a laser. And I think at this, the crows aren't just suicidal, right? They're insane. They know when they're beat. They're gonna go ahead and leave.
All right.
They leave you alone.
Woohoo! Bum 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 bum.
The rest of the flight is uneventful, and you make your way to the landing area. And we will take our break now, I suppose. We're a little late
Yeah.
on that.
A little late, but we did a combat. Woo!
Yeah.
All right, so we are going to take a quick 10-15 minute break here, get ourselves refreshed, stretch, maybe grab a snack, refresh your drinks, water or otherwise. Do what you got to do. I don't know you, I don't know your bodies. You know what's best for you. But we'll be back very soon, so don't go anywhere. So I'm waving with the hand I need to use to do the mouse to switch things. Oh no! Welcome back, Internet. We are refreshed and ready to go. And I hope you are too. If you're watching on the VOD, you can pause and do whatever. It's we're not the boss of you. If you're here live, well, we gave you your warning and time's up. Let's do this. Leroy! Anyway. What?
All right.
Let's get back to it.
So yeah, as Teddy yells Leroy Jenkins and runs out of the ship, now you all land, and it's kind of a little bit later in the day. You spent a good chunk of the day kind of flying around and having to be underwater and stuff like that. So he under advice of Legoshi, it is camp here, try and make it straight to the excavation site tomorrow, and then camp at site. So you guys got the night. If there's anything you want to do, and camp here just is literally you're going to stay in the ship. And yeah.
So how big is the ship? Because you alluded to like a med bay before, and that like Jimothy has a room and stuff. But
It's pretty big. Do I have a floor plan? No, I don't have a floor plan for this ship.
Okay.
Up, but it's got 6 crew quarters. One is a little bit larger than the rest. It's the captain's crew quarters, which Jimothy is in, and it has a med bay. It has a workshop. It's got like its own room for life support. It has 2 cargo bays. It has a cafeteria / mess hall. So yeah, it's big. It's very big for 6 people. But what you understand is that what you all would know is that max crew is just that's the amount of people it can support on its life support for a given amount of time. It's like a standard measurement. And so you could go above it and it just halves. Like if you did 12, it just halves how long you could support everyone on life support. But yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. No.
Nighttime activities. I like that. I think
Erstwhile comes by and gets little vial injections from everybody just for flavor, just to be like, yes, this is your usual vitamin D. This is your usual white blood cell count. I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
for your
Leave me alone.
species.
It's like Zoidberg.
I think Neith is in the kitchen or the eating area. They have their mask off and they are tinkering with it. They also have their legs off, so they are just mermaiding it on the bench, and tinkering with their mask and kind of looking at it and like shaking their head and maneuvering it.
Yeah, I mean, I think Teddy is a social creature and would assume that, most people would be in the mess hall, but maybe Neith's there first and then it's Teddy. Let's see, I don't think I need the ship sheets up anymore. Let me close those out and get my sheet up. Because I want to do some fun stuff, and I think, Teddy doesn't realize he's doing it, but like as he enters the room and like focuses in on Neith, he's gonna do his thing where he's like, "Oh, I'm good at reading people," and is going to use the telepathic contact to just observe emotional states in a target. Intense emotions provide a single word or image related to the focus of the feelings.
Ooh.
And so I guess this is me committing one of my efforts, because I'm also assuming that my efforts refresh at the end of the day. So like when we go to sleep, I will get them all back.
Yes. So they refresh by like units. So is this effort for the day that you commit to do this, or is it for the scene?
This one, because I don't think I have that upgrade yet. I think this is for the day.
Got it. Then yeah, for the day, and they'll refresh.
All right. So what do you need from me?
Where'd that wording go? Observe emotional states in a target. Intense emotions provide a single word or image related to the focus of the feeling. So I guess just this idea of like, I don't know that Teddy's met a mer person before, but he knows enough to be like, oh, she doesn't have her breathing apparatus on right now, but she seems okay. Like what is going through?
Yeah.
What are the emotions right now?
Yeah, I think that you kind of get this feeling of frustration towards the mask. And they seem to be trying desperately to get it to do what they want it to, and it doesn't seem to be cooperating. So they're very focused on what they're doing with this mask.
And I think getting that sense, Teddy was about to speak and say something, but instead quiets and will like very, not like cautiously, like very slowly, but just like make sure to like enter into Neith's field of vision without startling her.
She like kind of looks up from what she's doing, looks kind of around. You see her like fiddle with one more thing, then turn the mask around. She places it back on her face and then kind of sits it in, presses a button on the forehead, and you kind of hear a little bit of a suction. And then you see water begin to fill up the mask, seemingly out of nowhere. And it kind of goes all the way up, and she blinks. Well, hi.
Hello?
My apologies. My voice modulator is not functioning properly.
Is that what you were working on just now?
Yes. In times of high stress, it tends to malfunction. It becomes quite frustrating.
Well, I can certainly imagine so. And that was a high-stress situation, even though we came out of it okay.
Yes. Thank you for leading us so well.
Oh, it's, well, I guess it's, back where I'm from, we a lot of our culture revolves around these sort of competitions, and so it's something that I've sort of practiced. I mean, I'm nowhere near good enough to compete at the the highest level, but it's something that I think could be fun, and it's I guess it's just kind of part of our culture, and I've have a little bit of training in that, and given my line of work, I'm good with people, and so It just seemed natural for me.
I'm glad. It did seem natural. It seemed like we worked well as a team.
Yeah, yeah. It's went pretty well though. It I don't know, I guess I got the sense that you and Erstwhile and Scarra all know each other at least a little bit already.
Yes, we've worked together before. Not at the same time, but I've fixed Scarra's legs quite a few times, and Erstwhile has helped me in the past.
Well, that's neat that you all know each other.
Yes. I'm sorry, I did not catch your profession.
Oh, um, I mean they have different words for it on different places. Suppose the most polite one would be a courtesan.
Oh, I see.
Yep,
It's a noble profession.
it can be. And some people just really want to fuck. And it's all good to me.
Well, do you enjoy your work?
Oh yes. That's why I do it.
I'm glad.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of why Jimothy hired me, but it's also
For the sex.
well, yeah, but you know, over picked me over other possibilities because I can, as I've said before, hold my own out in the frontier, as it were.
So you are versed in maneuvering the wilds as well as the bedroom.
Yeah, more experience in the bedroom, but these legs aren't just for show. Oh, sorry, was that insensitive? Your
No,
legs are very nice too, even if they're, not natural.
thank you. I helped design them.
Oh yeah?
Yes, it took a while to get them right. Where I'm from, the people who travel on land all require these. This is a higher end model than most, with some special modifications.
Well, that sounds fun.
Yes, I find it quite fun, but it is good to stretch my tail.
My tail doesn't require as much stretching, and like turns around and like there's just a little cottontail sticking out.
Oh, I did not see that at first. It is a very nice tail.
Thank you. Not as nice as yours, but it's like comparing apples and oranges, I suppose.
Yes, I have been secreting more liquid recently. It is making it more shiny.
Certainly looks shiny from here.
Were you getting food?
Oh, yeah, it's about that time. I imagine the others will be coming in for food soon as well. Did you already eat since you took the mask off already, or
It is
how does that work?
complicated.
Okay.
But yes, I have consumed.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask if you press a button and fish food comes down.
Yeah.
Erstwhile will come in, smoking a cigar. I'm gonna say a very foul smelling cigar.
Can't smell, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
You see Teddy's bunny nose wrinkles.
Oh wait, sorry about that. I'll stand by the vent.
Well, I'm just glad that the ship uses something other than the pure oxygen environment. Otherwise, I imagine that would have gone very poorly when you lit that up for us.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. I asked Jimothy first. So, you used to this kind of work, Teddy? This kind of stuff you do?
Not exactly. I
Your
mean,
strategy was on point earlier.
oh, yes, well, I was explaining to Neith that it is part of my planet's culture to have sort of competitive, almost war games, you might say. But in addition to that, I'm very good with people, and so it just seemed like someone had to organize what we were doing, and just felt right.
It's rad as hell. And you
Yeah.
okay with doing crimes, yeah?
I hadn't really considered it. I've made sure that everything I do in my regular profession is above board and legal.
Yeah, well, we're doing a crime.
Kind of looks at Neith.
Yes, we are doing a crime.
Huh. Why didn't Jimothy say we were doing a crime?
Like, actually, like, laughs. I mean, people don't often talk openly about their crimes. But I mean, switch a cigar to the other hand for no reason. I just feel like it. His arm's tired. He, when he was talking about paperwork, it was more like the paper is working. You know what I mean? He bribed the officials so we could even get off planet.
Huh. Well,
I take it you don't usually crime.
not usually. I mean, Jimothy and I have a contract for my services here and the capacity to which I am to help out. But I guess
Mhm.
it was rather vague about some of the, the extent of the expedition.
I mean, I don't know if what we're finding is illegal. Maybe it's it definitely is, actually, now that I think about it. I just got a whiff of knowledge from God. Yeah, we're for sure picking up some illegal fucking contraband. So mull that over while you're getting ready for bed tonight.
Well, if it's fucking contraband, I might have some expertise in that area.
No. I mean, maybe, could be. I mean,
Well,
if it's that old, who knows even?
I guess they did say weapons, and I don't know too much about
Yeah.
weapons.
3 of the eyes
Anyway.
weak.
3 of the eyes.
I think I walk into the room at this point after finishing checks.
You see that Neith has like a confused look on their face. They're kind of looking back and forth between them, very confused at what has just transpired.
It
Hello.
seems I've missed something. Hi.
Did you know
My
that we were doing a
apologies.
crime?
I prefer not to.
Oh, we're doing a fucking crime.
I prefer not to know.
Oh, well, now
don't
you
mind.
know we're doing a crime.
Well, you have to do some things in the world, I guess. He seems very displeased with this. He didn't know.
And Erstwhile is just chuffed beyond belief that people are uncomfortable with doing a crime.
Well, it is what it is, and we are on this mission now, so I guess we must finish it.
Or else we're
As
not getting
Parker
paid.
always said, once you go in deep, you have to go all in deep. I was going to say something else, but nope, he wouldn't. I'm sure Teddy would know about that.
That is an interesting expression.
He wasn't a good dad.
Oh.
I'm sorry? What?
I kind of just fell apart during that sentence, I'm not going to lie.
Do you want to rewind and try again?
Yes. As Dad always says, once you start something, you got to finish it. There we go.
I like that attitude.
Your father's very wise.
Around about now, you all hear what is apparently a very heated argument between Legoshi and Jimothy, as Jimothy seems to be just verbally abusing Legoshi over the fact that they have to wait a goddamn night, that you guys should just be leaving right now. He wants this over with as quick as possible. And Legoshi kind of like lets him say his piece before coming back in. He goes, well, if you want to die, you can open the door, but I'm going to stay here where we only have to camp one night. out in the wilderness. And it kind of continues on for a minute. Jimothy very clearly disliking that this guy that he's paid to get you all there and keep you safe is saying the best way to do that is to not go right away, and is just very clearly not used to being told that like his idea of the situation is a bad idea. He's kind of used to being able to tell people what to do and they just do it.
I'm gonna approach Timothy.
All right, you're gonna have to like leave the cafeteria area.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm
gonna go towards the sounds of the yells, not really wanting to be in the room I'm in.
I mean, Teddy would go as well. It's like, because there's one who's like, uh-oh, my client is upset. I need to go comfort.
Looks to Erstwhile, looks to the
Neith.
legs.
You wanna? I could, if you wanna. If it's not, is it rude? You don't care.
No, I'm fine, thank you.
I'll
just
fill
gonna...
you in. Yeah.
Okay. Removes the mask again and starts fuddling with it.
Okay, and I will also follow. I'm a nosy bitch.
All right.
I didn't think you had a nose.
Took off the real nose because I'm so nosy to make room for the nosiness.
So you can room for the extra eyes.
All right. So you're kind of approaching. They're in probably Legoshi's quarters is probably where this is happening, or right outside. Jimothy, as you approach, it immediately becomes clear Jimothy ambushed Legoshi as he was leaving his room to just start yelling at him. Legoshi's kind of trapped in his doorway. And Legoshi seems to be, he's not like cowering back at all. This is the attitude of like a parent whose toddler is throwing a fit, and he's just kind of like letting Jimothy yell, and kind of comes in to be like, no, we're not doing that because that's stupid, like kind of thing now and again.
Yeah. Teddy will just, go right up to Jimothy and like drape himself over him and just be like, what's going on?
Jimothy, the fucking help these days. All right, so we're for sure staying the night then. We got to stay in this stupid ship.
That seems like the safe plan to me if we want to, be able to do the job tomorrow.
Okay, I guess if everyone wants to wait, and not, not get the payday as quick as we can and get out of this stupid fucking backwater swamp planet. But whatever.
Hey, you said earlier, no one else knows about this. No one's going to be competing with us. We can do it safe and smart and make sure we get the payday. Besides, I can make sure that the night's fun while we wait.
He goes, you know what? That sounds like a fantastic idea. You're right. He goes, my apologies, Legoshi. And he he's like turning away as he says my apologies. It's clearly emotion. He's not sincere in this at all.
Yep.
But you've calmed him down, and he leaves with you to the captain's quarters.
Scarra missed the part where Teddy said he was a Cottonson, so he just is kind of generally confused. He's getting the vibes, but he's like, why would they be somebody like that hired onto this ship?
For morale, he told you.
Yeah.
So to Legoshi, Ursula's just gonna be like, for what it's worth, I think you're right. I'm a good doctor, but I can't bring people back from the dead yet.
I mean, you've done some pretty magical bringing me back from the dead before.
Yeah, you weren't dead.
I felt like it. Sometimes I wish I was. No, I'm kidding. I do not want to be dead.
Yeah, you gotta be more careful. That's what you gotta
Yeah,
do.
look.
Like, I know it's exciting, but you know what, Legoshi, I'm sorry. You got things to do here. Let's go back and give the hot gas to Neith.
I really didn't. I'll join you all. Yeah.
For what it's worth, I think you made some valid points to Jimothy there. Honestly, I'd rather stay in this ship than go out there.
I appreciate it, you all, but I know I'm right about this, so I'm not too worried about what some spoiled rich kid wants to do.
Ain't that the truth? Well,
Goes back to the mess hall and fills in Neith about the hot goss.
He's following you back to the mess hall. So
Oh, great. Fills in Neith the hot goss.
That sounds very entertaining.
It's always fun to watch someone be stupid and wrong.
That is fun.
is it though? Because I got to tell you, it wasn't too fun.
it can
I
be
mean,
exhausting,
watch
but
Yeah, you had to experience it. We got to watch it. That's the fun part, is when you're not actually in it.
how about next time you can be on the outside for us when Timothy's yelling at whoever's paying us, I guess.
Or if you like, I could do something wrong and get yelled at for it.
I wouldn't recommend that.
No.
Because
I agree. Let's not do that.
Okay.
you are the mechanic. I don't want to see the mechanic do something wrong.
Yeah, the gesture is nice, though. That was really nice.
Thank you.
Maybe when we're on planet, something will go wrong, but I really hope not.
No, stop putting that in the air. Like cigar smoke sages the bad vibes away.
Well,
He's superstitious.
I am an angel.
It's hilarious.
Supernatural.
Mhm.
So, is there anything we should know before traversing on the land?
Basically, don't touch anything. Eat
How
what
are
we
we-
have packed.
I will tuck my tail.
hmm. Oh, Neith, can you do a quick checkup on my legs before we go out tomorrow? I just want to make sure nothing happened during that fight because there was a bit of evasive maneuvers. I just want to make sure I'm completely all together, if I must say.
Of course. Legoshi, how do
Yeah.
you feel about this mission?
I mean, it's dangerous, but the payday should be worth it. And we minimize the risks.
I trust you. Neith slides off the bench onto the ground with there's a wet thud. They grab something off their belt and start working on Scarra's legs right there.
Oh, just full fish mode.
Yep.
I think Legoshi probably looking at your legs, Neith goes, Are these your own design? Are these
They are modified, but a lot of the parts are custom.
if you can manufacture something like this, you could make a pretty penny on the booth. There's a few folks that live in the ocean that I think wouldn't mind something like this.
I could try, but that would be something that would require a lot of manufacturing, and I do not have those resources here.
You'd probably have to get some kind of business loan. True enough. But you could sell it, I'm saying. Put together a business plan.
I will consider it. Thank you.
All right. He kind of goes and starts dishing up some what looks to be pretty raw meat from the fridge.
This is a me check. Is it going to be a problem that Erstwhile doesn't wear shoes on this planet?
No.
Okay.
So he, if talking further, it's basically the toxic aspect of this planet is that if you were to spend too long here and exposure to this mineral, it might start activating psychic
that's right.
pathways in your brain. And
Bad
so
brain juju.
you don't have to worry about it being here for like a day, right? You're good. It's if you start spending like a few weeks here, that's a problem. And
Great.
yeah. And
Can't
even
wait
then
to
it's
fight
probably
the
not
Invisible Bears.
that big a deal. So you guys would know in the post-Scream wars of them abandoning Pangea and moving to Atlantis, those wars lasted about 10 years. And it's not like the entire population went insane and became psychics. Like, it's one of those things that happens to a minusculely small percentage of the population, but there's a chance if you spend too much time here, it could happen to you.
Okay, I had a misconception about it.
No worries. The biosphere is very hostile. The animals and plants are trying to kill you, but it's not poisonous.
Cool. Erstwhile gets bored and leaves and goes to bed.
All right. Yeah. Legoshi eats his food and goes to bed.
After finishing checkup on my legs, I guess I go to bed.
Yeah.
At some point, Teddy emerges, grabs some food from the mess hall, and takes it back to the captain's quarter, but says hello to anyone who's still there.
Neith will
Now, I forget.
First one and last one out.
Does Teddy wear pants?
Yeah, I think we're not going to do a Donald Duck situation. I think there
Okay.
are pants. But since at this point, like when you see him, he comes out in like his crop top and booty shorts.
She's just like, notices the tail on the way out. It is quite small. Gets back into her legs. Goes to bed.
All right. You all wake up pretty early in the morning to Jimothy over the comms, just being like, all right, it's sun's up. Let's get the fuck going here, everybody. Come on. Time's money and we're wasting it.
First decent bit of sleep Scarra's gotten, and he's annoyed to be awake.
He just got to sleep.
Yeah, he literally after hours and hours of just going through things like plans, he got to sleep for like an hour at best, and then got woken up.
Poor Babu.
He just immediately goes to get some coffee.
Listen, Mecca, you realize this is a fantasy world. They can have a better sleep schedule than you do, right?
They do! They do, though!
Wait, no, that's just sad.
Fantasized about having a better sleep schedule. Yeah.
Fantasizes about sleeping
Don't
for
we
1
all?
hour.
Mm-mm.
I get about 4 to 5 hours every day,
Good.
Oh my
or
God.
6 or 7. Sometimes, when I don't work during the week, I sleep for 14 or 17 hours
Wow.
because
Just
I love sleeping
during
in.
the day.
You're catching up. Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember being an age and doing things like that too.
Well, I do work.
And age.
His age.
I just had to wake up early today because I got a haircut.
Mm.
So slick. All right. Going to gear up.
Yeah. So yeah, you have your stuff. So you kind of get a basic rundown. You get like some pictures of like based on the area you're at. This is kind of a briefing from Legoshi of like, okay, now stay away from plants like this. If you see any plants like this, mention it, kind of thing, because these plants have the power to make you not realize they're there, but they can only affect one person at a time. So, that kind of thing. So if you see someone walking straight towards one of these plants, let them know. That kind of thing. Yes.
I suppose we should just shoot anything that isn't us, that is hostile towards us.
So he kind of goes, yeah, if something's attacking us, shoot them. But the general strategy here will be to try and make our way through calmly without getting in any fights. Any kind of noise will attract more things to investigate. You have to remember, a lot of the animals on this planet aren't skittish. They will curiously investigate danger. They're sort of largely hyper-violent, is the way I would largely describe most things on this planet.
So the opposite of most animals.
Yes.
I mean, you haven't been to the slums then.
I mean,
No.
when you come across a giant mutated deer that will try and kill you with lasers, you just have to now, don't worry, those aren't here. But
Why would you warn us like that?
They were cleverly telling us something that was much scarier than what we will find here, to lower our expectations, and perhaps for comedy.
Hmm. Should we just get on the planet then? Get this done quickly, like Jimothy wants, or should we go for some more briefing?
He's, he gives you the lowdown of the animals he knows about that are here, but he does qualify it with, it's not like it's super well known, right? It's estimated that maybe like 12% of animal and plant life has been properly cataloged after this huge period of time where basically no one ever went to Pangea. And the psionically activated iron causes rapid mutation of animals here. So they're hugely different from any animals that were here at the time of the screen. But yeah, you get a move on, and you see some of those plants that make people forget that that they exist. And you have to, pull each other away from walking into, a tangle of vines that will slowly consume them. Yeah, not Jimothy, but Legoshi is good at what he does. He's navigating very well. They have you, Scarra, occasionally kind of like shoot up above the tree line to get a distance reading on like where the river is and where it bends, because there isn't like GPS for the continent, so it's not super easy to navigate. But you give them bearings now and again, and it seems that Legoshi's doing a good job. He's keeping you on track. And you have a few kind of close encounters for the day, but you really don't have to go that far. You only have to go, I believe, like 15 kilometers.
Yep.
So yeah, you're pretty good. It takes you a long time to do that because the foliage is very thick. And while he did warn about like don't touch anything, for the most part, like you can you can machete your way through some branches and stuff like that. It's not that dangerous.
I could always
And the
just fly
bigger
over it.
the bigger issue is that once you get to the correct hex, you now have to start trying to like find this ancient, the 600-year-old weapon cache that is probably very grown over by now, and you have the coordinates of it, but those coordinates aren't something you have like real access to anymore. This is like old timey. You got a paper map. Here's the latitude, longitude kind of thing. And it's not paper because, of course, it's on an electronic device, but that's not hooked up to the internet or GPS or anything. So, you're kind of having to find this. If I will roll a survival for Legoshi. Does anyone have anything they can roll that they think could help find this?
I could connect with them.
This cache.
Perhaps some notice.
Notice could help. Yeah.
Yes. And is that with what? Wisdom again?
Yeah.
Cool. Please. Ugh, 7.
Okay. That's
Have you rolled anything other than a 7 tonight?
No, I haven't.
You
this
should go
one
to
was
Vegas.
a 3 and a 4 though.
Yay.
Well, on 2d6, 7 is the most likely outcome. So
That's
Fair.
true. It's true. Can I also roll a notice?
sure.
I may be unskilled in it, but can I also roll a notice? Because I'm
Yeah.
trying to keep an eye out.
5.
Okay, let's see. Notice. What attribute is it using?
You guys can use, I would say, wisdom
Can I
or
use-
intelligence.
Oh, I can't
It's
use
your choice.
dexterity.
No.
Okay. It doesn't matter which one I use. I'll just use wisdom.
I was stuck
Oh, sorry,
thinking about
intelligence.
Blades in the Dark, where you basically can't roll a
10.
skill if you don't have it, but
I rolled a 10.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm not even trained. I haven't rolled anything below a 10.
and that's
I
an
need to
8
roll
me.
for Legoshi.
Why can't I have rolled
me
this
the-
good with making my character?
Give me the good rolls, please.
This is your punishment for rolling high stats.
Yeah, it is. I've got 6 eyes and I can't see shit.
Yes. No modifiers. Submit. 3 submits for Legoshi to roll a 9. All right. Yeah, you do a pretty good job. So one thing I will say, if anyone ever wants to help with another roll, so aiding other people works a little bit differently in this, in that you would never use the same skill. You would use a different skill, and that like peripherally could help with it in some way, but
Mhm.
couldn't accomplish the action on its own.
Okay.
And you would roll against the same DC. And then if you succeed, they get a +1.
Okay.
They can only get a maximum of +1 from it. So, unless people are expecting to fail, there's no real point in more than one person helping. But these notices are good, and they are separate from helping.
Okay.
So, I think, yeah, with all of these good notices and the successful survival check from Legoshi, I think only one person failed the notice. That was Neith. And because, yeah, the lowest skill DC is usually a 6. This is on 2d6 for the people who are not watching us roll. Yeah, you make your way there a little ahead of time. It's very overgrown, and none of you knew exactly what you were looking for, but you basically find kind of a bunker that's that comes up above the ground, maybe like 5 feet, but you can see that there was the entryway is kind of recessed down, so there's stairs going down into this bunker, so it's probably much taller than 5 feet, but it's partially built underground. It's very overgrown. You can see where the door's supposed to be, and the lot of you get to work kind of chopping away through these vines and roots and whatnot that are blocking your entrance to this bunker. It's not hard to do. It's just hard work. I don't need rolls. And yeah, I think you've made your way to the door. The sun is starting to set. You probably got about an hour of daylight, which it's not helping you a lot because this is thick jungle. So it is still just pretty dark all the time, but it's going to get real dark once that sun goes down. So you're now at the door, and it is locked mechanically. So Neith is going to need to spend some time trying to open that. And while that happens, everyone else will be kind of making camp. Neith, if you want to give me maybe a fix roll to figure out this door.
I would love to.
And yeah, you can use intelligence or dexterity on this.
I would love to use intelligence. Thank you. That's a 14. Ooh, I crit.
Yeah. You
Double crit.
basically this is, I believe 14 is the highest DC that the game sets out as a normal DC. So yeah, he's all right, who would give you the order? Probably Jimothy. Jimothy's all right, Neith, do your thing. Legoshi, the rest of you guys start, getting the tents up or whatever the fuck you need to do. And that they kind of start unpacking, and maybe like 10 minutes in, you've got the door open.
It is done.
Jimmy just goes, "Oh shit, are you serious?"
Yes, I'm very serious. The door's open.
Best mechanic I know.
Oh, should we bring the stuff inside? Are we still camping out here?
We've barely
I-
started, to be honest.
My apologies. I can take longer if you'd like.
No, no, it's fine. You're doing a great job, Neith.
I mean, I for one would love to have a door we can close against the outside world for the night.
Shelter would be wise.
Okay, yeah. We'll go in there.
Is there a reason we shouldn't go in there?
I just don't, I don't know if I don't think there's any defenses or anything activated there, but this is pre-tech shit. Who knows what could still be working in there? And I don't necessarily want to mess with it at night. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's not different than messing with it during the day.
It's gonna be dark either way. We need flashlights and shit anyway.
We can always just use our. Well, I guess a multi-tool would have a flashlight on it.
Yeah, sure. All right.
We have
If
multi-tools.
you
I assume we
didn't
all have that.
bring something that has a flashlight on it, you were provided a flashlight before you went into the jungle. That's fine.
I just assumed that my kit had a flashlight attached to it.
Yeah.
I thought that was something normal to have in sci-fi feature.
Yeah. I mean, we have them on our phones. Why would you need a dedicated flashlight in the future?
Yes.
I brought a torch, everybody.
It's 1100 years from now. You have a flashlight.
Yeah, one of the few items I have as Teddy is a comp pad, which it says, on primitive worlds, it's rendered useless without a nearby comm server, but probably still has a flashlight.
I also have a compad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're not hooked up to the comm server stuff, but apps that don't need the internet still function just fine. So you all have your comm pads out with the flashlights.
Take a selfie.
Yeah. Some great evidence for the crime you're doing.
Yeah, maybe delete that. Cool. So I guess we move everything inside.
All right.
Is there any checking for traps that I could do?
Be a notice.
I would love to do that, please. Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up. Still a 7. God damn it.
What is wrong with your dice?
You rolled a 6 and a 1. You should go to Vegas. Just keep rolling 7s.
All right. I mean, you don't see any traps.
It seems safe.
Yeah. I mean, 6 is the lowest DC, right? There's definitely certain kinds of traps you would have noticed.
Yeah.
But you don't see them.
Good, I guess.
Well then,
another 7.
Yeah.
Avante, I guess, as the people from the 20th century said, and before, as I've read in books.
Shall I go first?
Sure, I'll be...
I'll go first. I'm huge. I'll proc all this shit. It's fine.
You might set off all the traps too, so be careful if there are traps.
Legoshi kind of goes, no, I think maybe we shouldn't have the person who can work with technology or the doctor go in first.
I can go first. I'm smaller. I'm the smallest one here. I will be least likely to get hit by anything.
Anyone that can read people well notices that Legoshi kind of steps back. He was preparing to go in first.
Oh yeah.
But he thinks this is a better idea.
Yeah, but also Teddy is wearing he busted out his combat armor that he has, and so looks more prepared for this. Though Legoshi is probably the better one for it, but Teddy's a helper, so he's gonna go first.
Okay.
All right. You walk in, Teddy, and this place is it looks like it hasn't had airflow in a long time. And in fact, you notice it when the door opens, that there was like kind of a weird breeze from it, kind of a suction noise. It smells horrible. But there's not a lot of dust. Everything looks actually very clean. And you're kind of looking around, and this bunker isn't very big. And you're now noticing that along the edges of the bunker there are kind of like some covered windows, like they're covered in kind of an armor thing. And it looks like they're supposed to be able to kind of go up or down into the wall or something and provide, you can fire from there. There's some tripods built around some of these windows. So looks like it's kind of set up for heavy weapons to be fired from them. And then you're also seeing up on top, there looks like there's some kind of large device that's kind of mounted to the roof. There's a lot of computers around here. And you notice several weapons lockers kind of on the walls, and they do look to be locked. They look fairly big. You're glad you bought these little grav carts to carry the weapons into. But nothing jumps out at you. There's no anything crazy. And as you kind of continue to look around, you do eventually come across what kind of startles you at first, because it's this humanoid shape up against the wall. But you quickly notice it to be mechanical in nature, and it does not seem to be powered. And it looks like a very advanced soldier bot of some kind.
Teddy will kind of poke it just like in its tummy. See if that does anything.
Nothing.
Think it's okay in here. I'm not dead yet.
That is okay. Well, we'll be right in.
Love to hear it, Teddy. Carries in tents and stuff.
All right. Legoshi kind of says, all right, everyone, get food in first. Anything that might attract animals, kind of thing. And Jimothy kind of wanders in and is just looking around, and he's like, oh shit, we should definitely take this fucking robot with us, right? Like, that's definitely got to be worth something.
Is it safe? What if we take it outside and it activates? What if it's solar powered?
I will give it a look after we bring things in.
Perhaps we should dismantle it first. Safely, of course.
Before we bring things in?
We'll bring things in, and then when we want to leave with everything, we should dismantle the bot just in case it activates. And then if it activates and it's dismantled, then it can't do anything.
Wonderful.
And potentially rip us all apart.
That would be bad.
Yes.
I can fix that.
I'm pretty okay with just having 2 robotic legs instead of having robotic arms as well. Going full cyborg here.
Bring everything in. The ladies love it.
I'm sure you love fixing my legs. It gets you plenty of credits.
It does. You still owe me from yesterday.
Well, I'll pay you after this job. How about that? I'm a bit low on credits right now. How much would you say yesterday was? It was just a touch-up. There was nothing wrong.
We shall negotiate later.
Erstwhile in the background is just
Alright.
like, respect.
As we're getting inside, I just take my blazer off, and it's Scarra isn't out of shape. He's wearing a skin-tight armored undersuit, and he's got like the body of a runner. He does quite a lot of running, so he's quite athletic in that sense. He's just slim fit, I guess you could say.
With his 2 HP, he does a lot of running.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
he just,
it's robot legs.
Cardio's important.
cardio is important. Just because he's
just-
not very constitution, just because he's got a weak immune system.
Because you have less heaps, you would run away a lot. That was
Yes,
the
exactly.
joke.
That's true. That is one of the reasons as well. He runs quite a bit, and he's also a pilot, so he has to be in good shape.
I like the idea of going on exercise runs with your robot. You're like along
to
for the
have-
ride.
You have
You're
to
like
have
watching
stamina.
TV.
Hey, look, you have to have stamina in order to carry the weight of the robot legs.
That's true. It's true.
And it's not like all of my legs are robotic. I was thinking like below them, like at the knees.
Ah, got it. Okay, so you're still getting a workout in. Got
Yeah.
it. All right.
I do love David's picture of Wallace and Gromit in the wrong trousers, though.
Yeah.
I really don't want Gromit having a control of my legs. Thanks. I watched that episode so long ago.
All right. You get in here and you start setting up camp for the night. You all, you get the door sort of mostly closed well enough. Without power, it's more of a just like with Neith's help, you were able to kind of like move the door back in place, but you had to leave like finger room so you could open it again. And you all kind of start, getting at your sleeping bags or future sleeping bags, however they work. And
But my bed hovers.
yeah, you're like hover mats. They just like hover like 6 inches off the ground. Yeah.
They never go flat. It's amazing.
Yeah. And you all are kind of sleeping. Jimothy doesn't go to sleep. He's really like trying to check this place out. He's looking at all the computers and stuff. Like he's taking inventory of all the stuff, like, because these computers, that's worth something. Any pre-tech part is worth a fortune for its weight.
Yeah, I think Neith
As-
is checking out all the stuff as well.
As I have the skill in trade, can I look at like a bunch of these stuff and see how much they would be worth? Just like
Sure.
take a gander, a guess, I guess. With
Yeah.
a roll
Yeah.
of trade. I guess that would be intelligence.
Yeah. Give me his intelligence.
9.
All right. So you would know that like high-end like military, like a high-end military rifle currently would be like 5,000 credits, right? Some of the things in here are probably worth, 50,000 credits, 100,000 credits. Like with this kind of money, you guys could buy a ship after this. Like you guys, you're not in debt anymore. You're, you got some bribe money if this gets split evenly. Yeah.
I think Scarra looking at all this stuff, he kind of approaches Jimothy as he's taking inventory. He's like, so where did the tip for this place come from exactly? Like, this stuff is pretty high end. I mean, like, this stuff will sell for a lot.
Yeah, we paid a pretty penny for it. So I mean, some of the money's going towards covering that investment because I'm not the one who paid for that. But I think we'll all get paid pretty handsomely for something like this. I bet our cut is $100,000 each.
Who's to say that when we hand in this equipment, they won't just screw us over because we've already handed over everything. What's to stop them from? What I'm saying is, in case they do something like that, is we should have something on us that we don't give away immediately, so they'll be like, okay,
like some of these weapons in here. I like what you're thinking.
So
Maybe
like in case they
a-
try to swindle, then we can be like, well, we still have all this stuff, so you have to give us the rest of the money before you know.
Yeah, keep a few shear rifles for ourselves. I like it. All right.
I've been in the business before.
All right, yeah, we could do something like we could do something like that. And then the the three of you that are up, because right, Neith, you're also kind of looking around. You start to hear something outside.
What is it?
It's like kind of some ruffling. You hear the tearing of fabric.
Is the Lagosian here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jimothy kind of hears this. He goes, oh shit! And he goes and he kind of starts looking outside, like through the crack in the door, and he goes, "I forgot to bring in my fucking bag."
Well done, Jimothy. That was sarcasm.
Was there
Nice
anything
one.
important in there?
I
Please do not
mean,
say the keys to the ship.
no, nothing that, nothing like that, but some shit I fucking want.
Well, it's either going up there for certain death at nighttime, or staying in here and losing some important shit, but not losing your life.
He kind of goes back in. He kind of thinking, and then anyone who wants to go take a peek can. Legoshi
wait?
definitely does. Yeah,
I don't.
you hear the commotion.
Excellent. I will also peek.
All right. You see, not very well, but you see what seems to be about the size of a horse. Something kind of like holding down this backpack and kind of ripping it open, and then the silhouette you see is kind of canine. And
Cool.
Jimothy kind of goes, all right. And he pulls out a gun and he goes to start. He's going to try and shoot at it from
Whoa.
there. And I think we'll end it there because it's 10. I don't want to get us into anything just yet, but set it up. But yeah, Jimothy's going to try and shoot at this dog thing.
That dumb bitch.
Oh no. Don't shoot at the wildlife, he says.
We're
It'll
all like-
attract attention from everybody, he says.
We're all like, guess
He
it's
wasn't in the
gone. And
briefing.
Jimothy's
Yeah.
like, no.
No, it's
He
not.
wants his shit.
Yep.
Mm.
Oh boy. Well,
Woo!
I guess before we start the sign off, is there any kind of regular end of session stuff that this game does?
There is, but it's more like the end of the adventure kind of thing.
Okay.
So when you guys get back to Atlantis, you'll hear some news, and it generates some plot threads
Okay.
that you guys can follow up on. So that'll be the thing that we do at the end of adventures is we'll establish the next thing we want to go do, so I can prep for that. But yeah. You guys will level up. You do get experience at the end of every session. You get exactly enough experience to go from level 1 to 2. After that, it's going to take a little bit longer to level up. But yeah.
So for next session, we'll be level 2 or after the adventure?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys are now level 2.
Woo!
Right, for when we level up, I guess we'll go through that in the books, but we also re-roll our healths, correct?
Yes. You re-roll your entire hit dice pool each time. You don't keep what you had before.
Do we do it more than once? Or like do
So
we do
you'll-
2d6 this time?
Yeah.
or-
You'll do
Okay.
2d6. Yeah. And you'll do 2d6. And if what you roll is somehow lower than what you had, before. You keep what you had before and add one.
Mine
So if you
literally,
get
mine literally
snake
can't
eyes,
be.
do you have a +1 to your con?
No,
Oh, okay. Are you an
So-
expert or a warrior?
I'm an expert.
Okay, so you can roll. Yeah. No matter what, your hit points will be at least 3 next time.
I'm doing it now. Let's see. 9.
Yay! All right.
I'll have to take a look at some of that later, but yeah. Do you want to do Stars and Wishes for this game, or
Sure, we can do stars and wishes. I'm fine with that.
all right? So for those of you just joining us, or maybe haven't played in a game that does Stars and Wishes before, it's something we do with a lot of the shows here on the channel, where it's just star something that you thought another person at the table did that was really cool or fun, or particularly in character tonight, and then a wish is something that you want to see happen in the game. And I guess because I have kind of sprung this on us, I will take the onus and go first. I think my star is going to be just getting to see. I mean, this is gonna be. I'm taking the easy one, which is one of the benefits of going first, is getting to see everyone's characters kind of come to life with how much we've been talking.
You're not a
about them.
GM. You can't say everyone. That's the rule. Only the GM can say everyone.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair. Well then, in that case, I was not expecting Jersey Angel Beast. So that threw me for a bit. Well, now I'm thinking, are you really the Jersey Devil? Anyway, let's see. I think my wish is going to be. I know it's dangerous, but I do kind of want to see how this group handles non-ship combat. And part of that is because I have a +1 in punch, so I want to punch. But I also understand it's going to be dangerous.
All right.
My
Okay.
turn.
Go ahead.
I'm going. I want to give the star to so many things. But if I have to choose just one, I'm going to give my star to Neith doing repairs on her voice modulator and then coming back with sexy voice. Sorry, I'm working on it. It was very funny to me. And my wish is I wanna get to fight. I wanna go fucking feral on some shit.
Yes.
Listen, we come from a lot of
Advice
systems
of
that
the
encourage
session.
combat.
Yeah. Advice of the session of the system. Fighting is your last resort. First 2 wishes. Let's fight.
I wanna fucking fight. One of the foci I took was I'm good at fight.
Yeah,
I wanna fight.
I get it. I don't blame you. It's just funny.
Yeah.
My star for the evening. I'm sorry. I put a candy in my mouth as soon as I started talking. Because I'm smart. My star for the night is gonna go to Mecca because I did not know you had it in you to play a spacefaring cowboy captain, aka Malcolm from Firefly. Very nice, loved it. I was here for it. My wish is more exploration of like how, because once we get our ship and everything, how our characters interact on the daily and how like what dynamics we get into. So I feel like we're doing a good job now, but like further down the line, it always changes. So I'm excited to see where that goes.
All right.
Alrighty, I guess my star goes to Teddy, to especially during the scene with him and Jimothy. I just liked how he interacted, and old flirty boy, little guy, just being the soft boy that he is. I really loved it, and I also loved how he captained. It was very good and also smart, because I don't think I would have been able to do that. And my wish unlike everybody else who wants to fight, is being a bit more reasonable. I hope we can inventory everything and help get the hell off this planet and just sell everything without dying. Being the brain or the rationality of the group, I guess. But I will fight if I have to.
All right. Guess I need to do Stars and Wishes too, don't I?
Suppose it is the GM's prerogative if you don't want to.
It'd be weird. Be weird if I didn't. So I think I'm gonna go with. Oh dang. I'm gonna go with just the voices everyone chose to do. Those were really good. We hadn't talked about any of those yet. So just as a whole general, the voice and the characters and everything, I'm gonna steal. I'm stealing Alex's from when he wasn't allowed to do it because that's the GM's prerogative. Is everyone's characters coming to life was great. I loved it. Wish. Yeah, I think my wish is for you guys to kind of get a little bit more into the meat of the system. We didn't do just a bunch of rolling, but you guys did a really good job of keeping the kind of you did a lot of things that were like within your background, which you don't have to roll for, like Jimothy calming down, or not, like Teddy calming down Jimothy. Like if he failed to do that, he'd be very bad at his job. So there's no roll. He does it, which I really like of the system. But yeah, to get into a little bit more the meat of it and see some of the stuff you guys can do, get a little bit more creative, because you guys were really on tracks today and you role played it really well, but you were really on track. So my wish is for you guys to get a ship and start doing your own damn thing. So yeah.
All right. Well, that is going to do it for us here tonight, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We talked about what's happening this week at the start of the stream. So what you should do is follow us on the social medias, G Game Nights, 2 Gs and Nights with a K. We've got Twitter, we've got Discord, we have a YouTube, but Twitter and Discord is where you are going to see what we are doing in the moment. And that's, yeah, the best way to know when we're doing stuff, especially if, like this Friday, we do a special birthday stream for our good friend Savannah. So you should keep an eye out for that. And yeah, I guess we'll be back in 2 weeks, but you'll see most of us next week on Tuesday as we trade Mecha for wings, as we return to Squire Squad, our Masks game. Yeah. I don't know what Matt Z is trying to do over there. It confused me.
I'm trying to point at people.
Yeah, that gets a little weird on this, but yes. So we will be back soon. Next time this channel will be live will be Thursday with Elegant Creatures, our Urban Shadows game. And until next time, good games and good night, Internet.